presha, ona vile inatupeleka. Pesa ukikosa leo unakesha na kuna kesho. Tulia kidogo, ganga ya leo, na ukinge moyo wako, moyo wako. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. With wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my faith, pick up the guitar and sing a song again.
Wanyoike, timgi machunyi dwaro, kongena mungeyo, kima kinyo pango, nikech we ran away from misery. We had to pay for it dearly. Tutachelewa, lakini ndoto zetu hatutachorea. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. With wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my faith, pick up your guitar and sing our song again.
Maisha magoroka na nepesha, donagata uiganire ore nanie, ithe meciria mare haraya nanie. Kairetu endaga atia, ndonaga kawega ndare, ingĩamenyete nĩ ithako arĩ, nĩingĩamenyereire ngoro yakwa. Nyuaga mzinga nĩguo ndiganĩrwo nĩwe,
from sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning. It is the 19th of May, 2025. Arise and shine. I'm very excited because we get to spend the morning with you. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Power Morning Drive Show with me and Wanyoike. Yes, you are indeed tuning in to Power Radio, where you tune in and power up, and I hope you have been tuning in and powering up also over the weekend as well. And do let me know how was your weekend. We did quite have a chill weekend. On my end, I had a very chill weekend, nothing much to complain about. It was slow. I was there in the house doing absolutely nothing because it is absolutely important to get some time off from the hustle and bustle of the city and just do nothing to kind of refill your cup. You get what I'm saying? Yes. All right. Welcome to the Power Morning Drive Show. Today, let me just give you a lineup of what to expect. As always, we start off with the day's traffic updates. We need to get you to work, and we have to know what roads are looking like so that you can get yourself to work as well. And then after that, we will get into our local and international news roundup from Gachagua to Martha Karua, just in Tanzania, still detained at the Julius Nyerere International Airport. We will get into all that scoop and some more details as well. And we will also get to talk about real estate development later on the program. I think it's safe for us to say that Kenya is in its real estate crunch right now, and because there's always, I just like driving through or walking through some of these major establishments along the city of Nairobi. You can see buildings propping up and springing up left, right, and center. And so I guess we are in a real estate crunch time right now. And so what does it take? What does it take to be a homeowner in this country right now? How are the economic dynamics looking like if you are looking at asset development as well? So we shall be having that conversation later on with the CEO and founder of Epic Developers and Mr. Kihonge, and we shall be getting into that conversation. But let's just step right into it, go into the traffic updates, and we start off with, of course, the high and mighty Thika Super Highway. Traffic is starting all the way from this should be Survey, yes. Survey, from Survey down into town, things are looking quite busy this morning along Thika Road as well. Let's see. We also have Kiambu Road looking quite busy from the DCI place there into Muthaiga. A lot of traffic happening on that end. We also have a lot of traffic along the Limuru Road. Na kwanza imeshikana tena sana. It starts all the way from Village Market down towards the UN Karura area, and then it spills over kidogo tu as you head towards the Aga Khan Hospital as well. Red Hill from looking busy, inaenda kushikana huko na Limuru Road and then continues as well. We also have Lower Kabete Road quite busy this morning. As usual, Zen Garden is where all the madness happens, and it spills over all the way towards the Spring Valley police station as well. Peponi Road is also looking quite busy, and actually today it starts from Kirawa Road down into Ikigai, into what is this place? Kwetu Nairobi, all the way down towards Westland. So you guys, Peponi Road is absolutely busy this morning. If you thought that you could hepa traffic, I'm sorry, but nothing much we can do for you as well. Then we also have James Gishuru Road is looking quite busy this morning. Yes, just hefty all the way into and also out of the Wanyoike Way. Wanyoike Way pia kuko very busy. Traffic starts just immediately as you go from the Kabete Polytechnic all the way into Westlands area. Just same madness also happening along along Kikambale Road as well. Olengruone Avenue is also looking quite busy. So as you access Kileleshwa, Lavington areas, you guys, you should I don't know how to help you, but there's a lot of traffic as well. Oloitoktok Road is also looking quite busy this morning. Same situation also happening along Ring Road, Kileleshwa, especially as you spill over into Wanyoike as well. Let's go to Valley Road. Kamakawa kumeshikana bumper to bumper, especially as you go from the Kenyatta roundabout. Ngong Road is also looking quite busy this morning. The traffic starts all the way from Naivasha Road into Prestige Plaza, that whole stretch, and continues also after the intersection that leads to Kenyatta Hospital as well. Let's see what's happening along the other side. Langata Road pia kumeshikana bumper to bumper, especially as you just go from Uhuru Gardens into T-Mall. A lot of traffic happening also along that road as well. Raila Odinga Road is looking not too shabby this morning. Just a little bit of a snarl up there from T-Mall to Riara University, but then soon clears out after that. So you guys should be looking good. All right, let's go to the other side of town now. And Mombasa Road kama kawaida, madness always starts at Gateway Mall. So there's a little bit of a snarl up there from Gateway Mall into the Bellevue area, and resultantly also spills over into Bunyala Road as well. Jogoo Road kama kawaida, traffic bumper to bumper as well. This intersection, Eastern Bypass as well, all of it madness, absolute madness. So in case there is some incidents that you would like me to know, let me know. At us, Power Radio, use the hashtag Power Morning Drive. Let me take a quick break on music, and then we get back and get into what has been making the local and international news scene. This is Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Time is just the same. Brushing our teeth, falling asleep to our rain machine. It's called silly bedtime, our childish games. Amber light fades, drifting away, but I can't follow to where you're going now. 'Cause I just love to watch you fall asleep in my arms. I just want to follow you into your dreams while you're in my arms. Every morning is just the same. Brushing our teeth, you, then it's me and our rain machine. Last night I adventured to places unknown. Where did you go? Was it with me? I'm so clean and kind of curious, 'cause I just love to watch you fall asleep in my arms. I just want to follow you into your dreams
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Let me ignite every part of you. Spell it out, mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking.
Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain, let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul. I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit melt into your arms. Freeze this time so we'll never be apart, baby. I know you're comfortable under my skin, so don't let go. Pull me close, let the energy flow from my head to my toes. Like this bliss, let's get lit. Wake back up, then we do it again, baby.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man.
Somebody call for my girl, call for my cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight's at west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is at west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, poppy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Alrighty, that is number one with the Le Band, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and in case you want to get in touch with me or with us, you can get us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. You can also find us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. Right. As promised, let's just get right into it. We cruise through what is making the headlines on our dailies this morning. Now, we start off with the Daily Nation. And top story on the Daily Nation is Gachagua faces arrest. President Ruto's closest allies, the Deputy President and Interior Cabinet Secretary, sustained the messaging throughout the weekend that former DP Rigathi Gachagua is not not untouchable and that he will be arrested for alleged incitement and as he stepped up his blistering attacks on the government. And some of these, the statements from, for example, the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen says, let that man continue making noise and inciting Kenyans. We will arrest him. The other day, he told us that if he is impeached, there will be chaos. Was there chaos? Right? That is Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen there weighing in on the ongoing, I think, new kid on the block shenanigans, or I should call them that, for lack of a better word, going on with the DCP party leader, that's the Democracy for Citizens party leader. We also have the Deputy President, Kindiki Kithure, weighing on the same, saying that any leader who is encouraging early electoral campaigns does not wish our country well. It is unpatriotic to put our country in a perpetual campaign mode. And lastly, you cannot escape the blot of the Gen Z killings and abductions. You cannot condemn violence when your hands are dripping with the blood of the Gen Zs. You cannot be speaking from both ends of your mouth. That is former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua there weighing in. And of course, this is definitely something that we are going to keep seeing and hearing about, because it's clear what is happening here, that the powers that be cannot allow the exchange of power. I think that the transition of power, here comes, everybody is calling the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua the new kid on the block. You just saw that last week he was able to launch his new party, that is the DCP party. And just the big issue here is really I would call it the decentralization of power, which looks as if that's what the DCP leader is trying to do. And of course, we've heard him over and over again going on record and saying that it's very clear what him and his coalition members, Akina Martha Karua and the Matiangis, what they're coming together to do. The one thing that all of this, we would quote unquote call them opposition leaders for the sake of this conversation, just want to oust the president from his presidency. And of course, you've been seeing whatever is going around, talking about the one-term presidency come 2027. And of course, yesterday he was on record saying that, that's pretty much what he's trying to achieve, that to make sure that he constitutionally lead Kenyans towards ousting the president come 2027. But let's just weigh in on some of these talks that, for example, the Interior Cabinet Secretary was saying. He's saying that we will arrest him. The other day, he told us that if he's impeached, there will be chaos. Was there any chaos? And again, you see, it's over and over again, more blunders happening within the executive, right? You can't just wake up and decide that you're going to have conversations and talk like the way the CS Murkomen is talking here. He's saying that we will arrest him, Rigathi Gachagua. What exactly has he done? He's just exercising his democratic right, to be honest. I mean, we live in a multi-party democracy. Everybody, anyone, even me right now this morning, I can wake up and decide that, I want to form a political party, and I should be allowed to do that. Then I also find the remarks by DP Kindiki quite, ironic, to be honest. Somebody saying that it is unpatriotic to put our country in a perpetual campaign mode. I mean, it's not starting with Rigathi Gachagua. This is something that Kenyan politicians have been doing since time immemorial. I do not think that there's a time that we ever get over the campaign cycle in this country. I do say that we have 5-year campaign cycles in Kenya, because as soon as somebody is elected into power, as soon as somebody is inaugurated, people start also talking about the next 5 years, as if that is the only thing that we can keep being preoccupied in our minds about. And of course it's very telling, right? So I should say this, that it's quite alarming to see the rate at which politicians and political discourse is being thrown left, right and center. There's just something in the air. We have started this quite early. We have almost, give or take, 1.5 years towards the general elections. But something that is quite alarming is to see this kind of political animosity that is happening and spewing, and it's happening right in front of our eyes. Today a politician says this against the other one, then the next day this other politician says this against the other one, and to an unsuspecting Kenyan, this might plunge us into some deep trouble come 2027, because we've seen it over and over again. Whatever leaders and whatever politicians or the political class kind of get into, that is what sets the precedence for the mood that is going to happen when it comes to the general elections, during and also before, during and after the 2027 general election. So it's very, very alarming. I will say that it's very alarming. I cannot believe that this is Kenya in 2025. Like, we are still really, really meddling in retrogressive politics, where it's become almost personal. The conversation has shifted from what happened to wanting to get into political power so that you can represent the Kenyan people who elected you into these positions and make sure that you are standing for what is right. And so it's quite alarming. I would not I won't tell you that it's not alarming. I can't lie. It really sets a very bad precedent, and I really do hope that whatever this is, first of all, we just need to get over the continuous campaigning. I do not think Kenyans have the bandwidth right now to continuously be inundated with voices of politicians going at it with each other and sort of not having the end of this. So this is definitely a story that we shall continue hearing until 2027. And so I just truly do hope that we can have leaders. I keep going back to the statement that former interior, was it security by that time, Minister George Saitoti, before his death, he or not just before his death, but in one of his speeches before the House, he said that there comes a time that a nation is much more important than an individual. And I think for us, we do need to start shifting our conversation where politicians can put themselves and regard themselves as lower and regard Kenyans higher, because again, this is a service to the people. Whenever you come and ask for our votes, remember why it's for, remember what it is for. And so, yeah, I think that is the only thing that can save our country from this bad politicking that we are in right now. It's really a retrogression from democracy. It's a retrogression from freedom. It's a retrogression from political expression as well, because, it's just another day in politics. And, they say that politics is a dirty game. And most especially in Kenya, politics is a murky game. And so I hope that along the lines, we can really just detach from bad politicking and just have a boring election, like people keep saying. Like, we need to go back to boring elections. Not every time we are always almost waiting and doing press-ups for, oh my God, is 2007 going to happen again? Just kind of trying to buffer ourselves from the imminent and impending danger that elections come with. And that kind of anxiety is really unnecessary. We don't need to be always fearful every 5-year election cycle. So let's wait and see. What comes out of this conversation. But let me just highlight for you some of the stories that have also been highlighted on the Daily Nation, and you can grab your copy and go and read them in depth. In depth. Why 303 million will be cut from police medical cover? That's the story there on page 7. Says that lawmakers allege scheme by private players in collusion with officials to sabotage operations of a public hospital dedicated to police officers. We also have NAT asks MPs to restore 62 billion Kenya shillings slashed from education. Teachers union protests budget cuts on administration of national exams and funding for schools, a story that continues on page 7. Then police raid Gideon's farm. The forcible entry by police and Kenya Railways officers stalls operations. Then last but not least, tribulations after Uganda, Tanzania now eject Karua, and that's a story that I actually want us to get right into. It continues on the page 8 of the Daily Nation newspaper. But before we get into that story, let me just get you to let's weigh in on what the Standard has captured today. And on the cover pages, captured justice. Legal experts and political analysts are raising concerns about a growing trend in the justice system where individuals who break the law but sing the regime's praises appear to have a smooth run in the corridors of justice. In contrast, President William Ruto's critics are treated more harshly. Observers now say the legal system is being weaponized against dissenters. That's a story that continues on page 4 and 5 of the Standard newspaper. And a lawyer, Gitobu Imanyara, very, very renowned lawyer, he says that state agencies have been weaponized to protect interests which appear to be purely commercial. Ruto is relying on this weaponization along with aging political allies to prevent his government from collapsing. That should be an interesting read as well on the page 4 and 5 of the Standard newspaper. We also have Lisu trial. Karua denied entry into Dar es Salaam. Story on page 7. Survivors fight to heal from abuse. A story on World page 21 as well. And then we also have on the Business Daily, Trump's aid cuts hit Nairobi upmarket home landlords. And you will know that for example, the USAID conversation that has been happening with a lot of people, these high income earners from non-governmental organization sector are abandoning their homes in upmarket places. Of course, this should be the areas like the Kileleshwas and the Lavingtons. And because of the budget cuts, now they are receding. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to also weigh in onto exactly what is happening within the home ownership and real estate, and the shift that is happening with settlements as well, because I did tell you earlier on that our conversation is going to be looking at exactly what is happening in that sector. We will ask our guests to explain to us exactly what is happening here as well. Ruto's top advisors bill halves to 478 million shillings after Gen Z protest. Wow. So according to the Business Daily, that the budget allocation to the 6 advisory units in the first year ending June 2024 was 1.2 billion Kenya shillings. 1.2 billion Kenya shillings. That's what it costs you, the taxpayer, to pay Ruto and to pay Ruto's presidential advisory units. And so we are supposed to be excited that the budget cuts have come to 478 million shillings. Oh my God. First of all, I do not understand. I don't even think that these numbers are true, to be honest, number one. Then number two, why are we paying people all that money to advise the government? And then don't we have select committees where with each ministry we have select committees where we have advisors that are already on a government payroll to do exactly this job? So why do we need it? I keep saying it's funny because the advisors of our leaders have their own advisors who also have their own advisors, and I don't quite understand what all that is supposed to be. But 478 million shillings, that's a lot of money. And what are we advising anyway? To give bad advice? Because if you are really advising the country well, we should not be in this conundrum that we are in. But grab your copy of the Business Daily and get to see what exactly that story is all about. But to continue, I had mentioned that we should talk about the Martha Karua case. So she's finally back in the country. She was deported. And let me just read this according to the Citizen digital story, that it says that, Martha Karua, the leader of the People's Liberation Party, they were en route to Dar es Salaam. They were going to be a part of a court hearing of an activist, but they were held at the Julius Nyerere International Airport. And for me, why this is again a very problematic, actually, let me just read it. People's Liberation Party leader Martha Karua on Sunday said she was denied entry to Tanzania and deported to Kenya. In a social media post on Sunday morning, Karua said she, alongside Law Society of Kenya LSK Council member Gloria Kimani and member of the Pan-African Progressive Leaders Solidarity Network Lynn Ngugi, were detained at the Julius Nyerere International Airport in Dar es Salaam. Later, she went on the post and she said that they had been deported. So according to Karua, she arrived in Tanzania at 9 a.m. and an immigration official at the airport referred her passport to the supervisor. The said supervisor kept her waiting for an hour as she consulted her superiors, who later denied her entry into Tanzania. The Kenyan Senior Counsel says that the denial of entry is linked to her interest in the case against Tanzanian opposition leader Tundu Lissu. The Chadema party chairman was on April 10 charged with treason after his arrest at a public rally where he called for electoral reforms. Karua has since led a Pan-African rights lobby group seeking the release of Lissu and the dropping of the politically motivated charges against him. Karua, Ngugi and Kimani was set to observe a hearing related to the case against Lissu, scheduled for Monday, that's the 19th of May, at the Kisutu Magistrates Court. So there you have it. Continuous, I think the continuous, I would call it, I don't know. It's like, it feels as if we are making progress in Africa, but then again, the progress looks like 2 steps forward and 5 steps back, right? When you look at, for example, the story that is still going on, and I'm not so sure whether Kizza Besigye, the long-time opposition leader against the Museveni regime, I don't know whether they have released him yet, but I remember that Kenyan activists were on the streets here, I think a month ago, demanding for the release of Kizza Besigye, right? So in that way, there is the understanding that as a community, as the East African community, that it is our job to be able to stand up in solidarity with people that represent the progressive nature of where we want to go. And you've seen it countless times. We've seen the solidarity. I remember when Bobi Wine was running for presidency in Uganda, back in Uganda. Kenyans were very happy about him, and they were actually excited, and they were showing his support also, mostly online. And just kind of cheering him on, saying that, this is the right thing that he should be doing. And it kind of sets a new precedence of what democracy and democratic progression should look like along East African countries, and of course the East African community. But then fast forward to yesterday, that Sunday, and then you have these 3 Kenyan ladies who are deported. Like, that's you are deporting people because of standing in solidarity with an activist and an opposition leader who has decided to render their voice against an oppressive and alleged dictatorial rule. So it's to be honest, it's quite tiring. I think it's very tired right now. We should not be having this kind of conversations on the continent of Africa. And I think when we start seeing more and more solidarity across the board, we need to keep sustaining such imagery. We need to sustain such actions as well. And then I would also like to know, what is the East African community going to say? I don't know whether they have released a statement about this. I'm not so sure that they have released a statement about this as well. So it's really important for us to be able to keep track of what exactly is happening across our democracies along these countries. So anyway, that that story leads us to the end of our conversation this morning. Let me take a quick breather, and when we come back, my guest is already in studio. Today we are going to be focusing on something a little bit different. Let me, Kindiki has said that we are always on politicking mode. So yes, let me take off my perpetual campaign mode and talk about something that is less political. And we'll be talking about asset development this morning. I have been joined by Mr. Kihonge himself. We will be talking about asset development in Kenya. What does it look like? What are the opportunities there? And some of those conversations. So do keep it Power Radio. If you have any questions, if you want to invest in real estate and you do not know where to begin, the man who understands this in and out is in the studio with me, and he will be sure to share with you some of these nuggets. Keep it Power Radio. We'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Somewhere God is. Kale one piece somewhere God is. It's your fault, my heart is stolen. The mastermind is you pay. For the streets I'm off, I'm taken. My love was Usakotebuche. Only like a thief in the night. Baby, you made a haste to my heart. Ooh, yo, yo. You on a mission, you never miss. My heart is in your possession, you stole from me. Now bad girl heart is stolen. The mastermind is you pay. For the streets I'm off, I'm taken. My love was Usakotebuche. Only like a thief in the night. To my heart, oh yo yo, oh yo yo, oh you left with my soul. Think I would fall in love again. Think I would feel alive again. It's all because of you, my babe. You stole my heart away, yeah. I hold on to you, I hold on to your love till the kingdom come. In you I found gold, I found love, sweet like sugar bomb bomb bomb. I hold on to you, I hold on to your love till the kingdom come. In you I found gold, I found love. Yeah, you on a mission, you never miss. My heart is in your possession, you stole from me. Now bad girl heart is stolen. The mastermind is you pay. For the streets I'm off, I'm taken. My love was Usakotebuche. Think I would fall in love again. Think I would feel alive again, yeah. It's all because of you, my babe. You stole my heart away.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving, tukileo. Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving. Let's beat on, let's beat on. 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 Malaika no limika ingilish. Tim give me timasana pile dongeneno. The maricho no ringi kamudolich. The malongo no konyi keno luja pain. You're born from greatness. No mistaking what you've got within you. Yeah, it's an understatement. They can't relate. You've got the spirit in you. Oh, shaper you made for this game. Never backing down, you've got the spirit of the mortgage one. And they know what's bored so can do and Wanyoike. Katangi matata warune no chungeba. Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving, tukileo. Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving. Let's beat on, let's beat on. 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 Usione simba mwenye show kadhania ni paka. Maisha panda shuka, usiwe na stress, usiwe na shaka. The little steps you take, hizo sasa ndio baraka. Usikopi mtu, jua si wote tuko kwa darasa. Oh, you never know. Pain is what you need sometimes for you to grow. Things that get better no matter how slow. Don't be too hard on yourself, mama. I promise you that it's hidden and I go harder. Mama yo, kiride ukata. Bingwa keti bing ni wakala kala. One day mama na tutasherekea. Au wiki gala in the air. Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving, tukileo. Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving. Let's beat on, let's beat on. Let's beat on, let's beat on. Let's beat on, let's beat on. Let's beat on, let's beat on.
The second day, and I'm hotel no pinyo pongi weche ruote morito. Ohingo jotiende manyalo temo. Monone osiko enemo waro. Oimo waka kweno mankipobe. Hotel on waka lwanda wana kenye. Ase neno rito e pene. Dona no tenenya la kimi day cray. Fear will hold me back. Hey yeah, fear can never stop me from dreaming. Nobody can ever dim my shine as long as I'm alive. I know I'm the brand.
Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving, tukileo. Katamuto siko chini ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Oshiekwa keep moving. Let's beat on, let's beat on. Let's beat on, let's beat on. Let's beat on, let's beat on. Let's beat on, let's beat on.
Bini one welo akalo. Okwangeyo audio chien katandalo. Obongo e mapango dudo de. Kari dudo nango telonwa. Maisha yolo so you better live it now. Hizo mashida pika goti piga bao. Hakuna jambo lisilo pitama. Wingu haya kawi. Kila chozi kunawirisha mazao. Utafurahia so you better take it slow. Hakuna mkate ngumu mbele chai. Whether we kidney or in the kid with the fly. ching ya karien. Past the darkest night, the sun will rise again. Things will get better in the end. Osiepa keep moving, pokileo.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, welcome back. Good morning. Welcome back. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and in case you want to get in touch with us, do let us know where you're tuning in from. The social medias, Nizile to Power Radio across all socials. You can also find this live broadcast on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. Now, as promised, it's time for us to get into our conversation this morning, and we shall be talking all things home ownership, real estate, and asset development. And I do happen to have the privilege of hosting the CEO and founder, Epic Prime Investment, Mr. Kihonge Kagiri. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I hope you too.
I'm well. I'm very well. I'm very excited to get into this discussion. Because I keep saying that Kenya is in a bit of a real estate crunch right now. We are seeing a lot of buildings mushrooming left, right, and center. And I was like, I want to own a big chunk of this economic dispensation. So I'm very excited to have this conversation with you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Sawa. So maybe a place to begin is you can introduce yourself, let the people know who you are and what you are about, and also what Epic Prime Investment is all about. And then we can get right into our conversation this morning.
Okay. My name is Kihonge Kagiri. I'm the CEO and founder of Epic Prime Investment, which is a real estate company dealing majorly on property of land. We do house whenever requested, apartments, and such. In the real estate, I've been in the real estate world for now approximately almost 2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
That is extensive.
It began in 2023, end of July.
Okay.
When I first got into a company where I worked before, now living and coming to this side of founding my own company.
Yes.
I've been in interest of a real estate ever since 2021. Sometimes you realize that some dreams comes in a different way.
Yeah.
As a football fan, Chelsea fan, I was somehow discussing with some of my friends and telling them, in 2021 we did not have a fully international certified stadia in Kenya.
Yes.
So I was like, if somebody got a way to bring international study done in Kenya, will be the beginning or the boom of real estate in that area where that study happened.
Yes.
And I said one day I would like to know how I would use my interest in football to get into the real estate.
Gotcha.
But such development are capital intensive. You have to begin from somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So
we're talking millions, eh?
Yeah, millions of money.
Yeah.
So when I graduated in 2021. 2022 I was like, I heard you talk politics. I'm like, okay. I was in politics field life.
Wait, what did you study?
I'm a chemist by profession.
Chemist? Oh, wow. Look at the switch up. Okay.
Yes, I'm a chemist by profession. But times we usually say interest supersedes.
Yes. I think it's safe to say that you had more chemistry with real estate than
than the chemistry itself.
Than the chemistry itself, yeah. But moving along, yeah.
Yeah, now, up to now, 2023, when I started looking for opportunities to go to the real estate sector.
Yes.
And that's how I got an internship with the real estate company previously worked for. They gave me an opportunity for 3 months. I did not study real estate, so they were asking, how will you maneuver here? And I told them, just give me the opportunity and you will realize. Funny enough, they gave me an opportunity, but the second month they had already offered me a contract of employment.
Wow.
Because that second month I closed 3 deals, and that has never happened as an intern.
Oh wow!
They have never employed an intern to do
the kind of work.
Yes, and at the same time, within the second month, you have already closed the deal. So, and then I realized I have the potential. Did it until this year, January, when I resigned. for
Okay.
progress, and now I founded the company
Yeah.
late last year.
Yeah.
Sometimes you must prepare before you
Oh, yeah.
exist.
Oh, yeah.
And now I've been to running the Epic Prime. This is my 5th month.
Yes.
And progress is good. I can tell you the real estate market, as you said, you want to come to this side.
I do.
This side is good in terms of the market share. It is the biggest contributor
Wow.
in terms of GDP.
How many percent are we talking?
I think if we check the statistic, between 17 and 19% of the
National GDP comes
is
from
contributed
real
in the
estate.
real estate world.
That's good money.
From the rental incomes, from the development cost, all that.
Commercial development as
commercial hubs.
Yeah.
And all that. That's why you will see an influx of the houses, the apartments all over here and there.
Literally.
And Nairobi have been categorized as one of the high-rising country. And also people calling it as the capital of Africa makes people want to know how
can we be a part of
how can we
this?
be part of
Boom.
this capital of Africa.
Yeah.
That's why they are coming. You see major developers in terms of direct investment into the country coming and checking for the opportunities to do the commercial hubs, to do the apartments. That's why the Chinese
Are here.
are here.
Yeah.
The France is also a good number. There is also the Saudi Arabians and the Qataris and the Somalis have also started to be a big
They're taking
developers
they're
into
looking
the
an
Kenyan
eye.
market.
Right. So, how? Okay, because there's a lot of things to decipher here. One camp has been there's a lot of scamming going on, right? Kamulu Joska has been on the red for the longest time. People getting promised to own this land, buy this home, and then you find that people are being scammed out of it. So as your work really, which is, are you in the rental and in the residential real estate part, or?
Mostly deal with land which is used for development in terms of residential.
Okay.
Commercial, still getting to that, but I have a good understanding of that side.
Yeah.
So I understand the both concept of the residential and
also
the
the commercial
side.
Right. Yeah. So take us through what are some of the signs that a Kenyan should check out for before they decide that this is the real estate developer or the broker or the realtor that I'm going to deal with, because people have been scammed a lot. And you can also share with us your process at Epic. What does it look like so that you can assure Kenyans of accountability and transparent process into home ownership?
For sure.
Yeah.
This issue of scamming and it's a very big problem. But I am glad for the last 2-3 years, the cases have been very minimal. Thanks to the real estate stakeholders association that was the players in the real estate came together and formed. This has helped to curb the issues of scamming. But nevertheless, people should be very cautious, and that's why we usually tell them to avoid being scammed. One of the things to do is due diligence. A good, proper due diligence when buying property will make you not get to the issues of being scammed. I'll give examples of what I advise my clients.
Yeah.
One, even if you are a friend to me or even if you know me, people change. But now when you do your due diligence, you get to understand the property, because even us, we buy properties before selling.
What is this due diligence looking like? What does that process look like?
It begins with first identifying where they want to buy a property.
Okay, so number
that
one,
is the first is
identify.
identification.
Okay.
For example, if you want to buy our property
In
where
Kilaleshwa or Kitsuru, that's where I want to buy. Yeah.
a very posh place.
Oh, yes.
It seems you live on a posh life.
Amen.
Now, say you want to buy a property now in Kilaleshwa. You have spotted it. That is the first place, because you cannot do a due diligence with a property that you have not yet identified that it is this one. Once you spot the property, request for the documentation in regard to that property. For a land, you usually ask for a title deed.
Okay.
You ask for a copy of the ID of the bearer
Of
that
the bearer
title.
of the title deed.
Yes.
Okay. Then you cross-check the names.
Yeah, cross-check the names.
Okay.
Once you get them, go to the land registry.
All right.
Request a search form.
Ah.
A search form, now you will put the details of that property, the owner, there is something called RL number, that is a land register number. So you will indicate there, which is now you submit to the land registrar,
Okay.
who gives you a report
Yeah.
of that property.
Yeah.
From, does it have any encumbrances? Does it have any issue? Is it
What
the title?
what is an encumbrance, and what are some of the examples of an encumbrance?
Encumbrances are restrictions in terms of the property. For example, the owner had taken a loan. So the bank issues an encumbrance to that property that it cannot be sold until the person clears. Or it have maybe an issue there in
Maybe
terms
it's
of
riparian.
also when doing succession, maybe there is a succession issue. So when there is a succession issue, somebody may go to the land register and say this property should put on hold. Nobody should transact on that land until the succession of it is done. Also,
So let me get this right. So you can find out all these encumbrance and issues at the land registry?
yes.
Okay.
During your due diligence process,
Okay.
you go get the report.
Okay.
Also, during that time is when you get a green card report. A green card report of a property indicates from the first owner of the property, from when the demarcation of the properties were done. Mostly they were done from between 1963 and 1966. That's when most of the demarcation were done. So you will get who was the first owner. It was transferred to the other owner when. All dates inclusive until the last owner who now says they own the property. Once you get that report, you can now try to identify the series of how the ownership has been.
Okay.
Once you have those two reports, that is the green card report and the search report, it is not yet done. You get a surveyor.
Okay.
Go with the surveyor to the property.
How do you ascertain a good surveyor? Because we've had surveyors and buildings are poromokai within no time. I mean, we saw the building in Mombasa the other day costing hundreds of millions being bombed.
I think identification of a good architecture and a structural designer in terms of building is very critical. Even surveyor may not be applicable when it comes to construction by initial, because he may only give demarcations that the property. But a structural engineer and an architectural engineer are very critical in that side. A good surveyor always check the credential. Are they licensed?
Okay.
What's their previous work?
Okay.
And mostly we usually say it is possible to get a district surveyor from the government, it is the most ideal person, because he knows inside out of the area you have an interest. So they go to the land. They give you the size in terms of the sizing as indicated in the title, the beacons of that property there. Then from that, you can be able to be sure that the price as indicated from the land registry and as the map, it is correct. Hence, he give you a report of it and also a variation report in terms of the price. Once you identify, you are told that I said it is Kitusuru, you have to chunk away with the 200 millions. But now when the surveyor go there and the land valuer goes there, they give you the tell is the price actual? Because you don't also want to go and buy a property that is overpriced.
That's true.
Because overpriced, it will affect so many other things when it comes to appreciation. If you are buying to resell. And also even the market value. You don't want to buy something that is overrated in the market when that's a big problem when it comes to the value of the money. And with the current economics, you always need the best deal. You always look for the best deal. Once you are done with that, now involve a lawyer. It's also part of the due diligence.
Okay.
During the documentation of the property you want to buy, the lawyer will do for you the sales agreement between now the buyer and the seller. You'll certify the document now correctly that the document provided are okay through the reports that you have been given. And now you outline the terms of engagement.
Okay.
Once you are done with that, now you start the process of paying for the property. As agreed in the sales agreement. If you have agreed, most of the time it's always on a 90 days period. If you are buying a property from an individual in a 90 days period, you are done. You pay a deposit, which most of the it is always not a minimum of 10%, but also to protect yourself, you always leave a small much. If you have the money, don't always pay in full. Pay an 80%, 75%.
Okay.
Leave the rest that until the transfer is done.
Is actually done.
Because now after you have paid the deposit, the owner authorizes for transfer through the lawyer, and then they submit the document of transfer to the land registry, which now as the land control board sit and pass the resolution that the owner has agreed to transfer the property to the new person. Once done, a new title deed is produced.
Okay.
And you have now your own. That time you can now, once before you get your title deed, you can clear the balance and you have your property. With that steps, you'll get to understand who is the legit person and not. Because if your person is not a legit, they will not. They will always corner you. Hey, so we do this faster. It is done. Because they want you to. They want the money and vanish. They will not always accept the process to be fully implemented because at one point they will be someone will hold them.
Right.
Because there is also the consistency in terms of speaking, in terms of what the documentation, the consistency of documentation among that if they don't align, you always have the question marks. So every time you are buying a property, with be step by step. Don't be in a hurry. We usually say buying a property is not like buying the cabbage or the tomatoes that you just pick, pay and leave. No, it is a step by step process. And once you follow that step, you can be sure you will really get scammed. And also these days, the Real Estate Association is also encouraging. Try to understand who that person. If you are buying from companies like us, now, as me, I sell as a company.
Yeah.
They are doing a due diligence of me as doing the company's due diligence.
Yeah.
Is it registered? Who are the directors of the companies? Do they have the legal representation? And that also help you to understand that company that is selling you. Not only for us as Epic Prime, even the rest of the companies that you may choose to engage in, always do a due diligence of them. That's where you will understand if they are for sure selling you a genuine property or you are the next person to be scammed. But don't be scammed.
Don't be scammed.
Don't be scammed.
Right. Beyond the scamming, what are some of the risks that come with real estate development and also asset development as well? Especially in the context of Kenya, because I know it varies.
Yeah, sure. The other big issue that comes is in terms of buying a property where it's marked as a government premises. For sure, we have had some scandals like the one happened in the land, the cement land. This company is called what? Portland.
Yes.
The Portland land was a government land, but people invaded it, and becomes a problem when such happens. One, the person may have bought on a goodwill.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the price they are buying is not a price that have been enmarked for people to settle, because the government maybe have set aside for other development. So that is also one of the risk. Properties in the near water banks. There was some demolition that happened some few, I think it's 1 year ago during when we had the floods.
Yeah.
And that is a risky. When you get to such places, I will always advise don't buy properties in near the water bank, so where there is such water catchment areas, because at the end of the day,
in
it is a
oceans
risk for you.
included, because my dream is to own a beach villa in every country that has a beach.
You want to own a beach villa? Yeah.
Many beach villas.
It is most of the people have developed in there, but now
Yeah.
it also comes with approvals.
Okay.
You need to be very cautious to get approvals there, because if you there are people who outside there are looking for money, they may
They can just scam you.
Yeah,
Right.
So when you are looking
Let
for
me ask
approvals,
this: is all land that is next to a water body riparian land? Is it
not all.
Not all.
Not all.
So there are some that is good land.
Yes.
How so?
The reason why
Yeah.
not all,
Yeah.
you may find it is next to a water body, but during the demarcation, the area just next have been accredited or certified for development.
Okay,
Because you know, riparian land, you will always find that you cannot develop that place because of it may be swampy.
Right.
In the water. But some areas,
Yeah.
especially where you find these beach houses and nini,
Yeah.
you when doing the demarcation and doing the certification, you find that the area has good condition of development. That's why yes, people are developing in the riparian, okay, not riparian, but next to the water bodies as beach fronts and doing that. But it takes a lot, and it must be the government person must go and evaluate the place and give a nod that it is good place to develop to avoid cases of the land, the houses, and also sometimes when the water body rise coming to the houses. That's why they always check, and if they see that place the water rise can go to a place that it will affect the houses, they always advise not to stay. So most of the places they have the beach house, the water levels cannot get to that area.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. This is a very insightful conversation. Let me just read a couple of your comments this morning. Queen of Audacity says she's clapping rather. She's enjoying the conversation. Francis Njuguna, congratulations, son. May God guide you. That's your dad.
That's my dad.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dad, for tuning in as well. You raised a very amazing man here. He's teaching us about real estate, on all important things that you need to know about home ownership. We are still here with Mr. Kihonge Kagiri. He is the CEO and founder at Prime Epic Prime Investment, and we are talking all things home ownership, development, real estate, and asset financing. I think we will get into asset financing when we come back, but let's take a quick breather. If you have any questions regarding real estate and development and you do not know where to begin, the guy is here in studio with us, and he will be sure to answer those questions as well. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
What you wanna be when you grow? I wanna be somebody. Be friends with everybody. Controlled by nobody. So the time was my life, but that is for the Lord show me. Why did it for the heart you can't inside me? Why they can't get a hold on me? Cause my mama I testify. Kijana wake atakuwa fine. Na yendo wataranita na mimi nika testify. Mimi kijana nitakuwa fine. Na mimi ndio taranita Jua detox na lip, bills na lip, narudi home na gizo. Si mindo ninaranita boy. Nasiadi pedi ananita, mheshimiwa naingianga base na mzinga. Mimi ndo naranita na sina ranita Take your mother now that you're running down.
What you wanna do when you grow? I wanted to be somebody. Me going on my best day on anybody. In my list, I define those. But this is how it is that I'm grown. Sini kona beba kunyumbani. Na machizo wako Kilimani. Na kwa tenje misipatikani. Cause my mama alitestify. Kijana wake atakuwa fine. Na yendo wataranita oh. Ataranita oh. Na mimi nika testify. Mimi kijana nitakuwa fine. Na mimi ndio taranita oh. Nitaranita oh. Jua di talks na lip bills na lip la rudi home na kiss. Si mindo ni naranita oh. Inaranita oh. Boy nasikia dipedia na nita. Mheshimiwa na iganga base na mzinga. Mimi ndo naranita oh. Nasina ranita oh. Let your father know that you run it down. Let your father know that you run it down. Your brother knows that you run it down. Oh, your shawty knows that you run it down. Let your person know that you run it down. Let your sister know that you run it down. Let your brother know that you run it down. May your people know that we run this down.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back. You are still tuning in to the Power Morning Drive Show. We are still here with Mr. Kihonge Kagiri. We're talking about home ownership, land, investment, real estate development, and all those things. So again, if you have any questions for our guest this morning, please do let us know, and I'm sure he is very capable to answer them. Right, let's talk a little bit about the Kenyan demographic, right? When we talk about investment, that's definitely something that the one thing that comes to my mind is purchasing power.
Yes.
Who is buying land in Kenya? Is it millennials? Is it Gen Z? Where is the money? And who is using the money to buy homes and
funny enough,
things? Yeah.
You would expect that. Let me first talk demographic of gents and ladies.
Okay.
You expect that the men are the biggest buyer, but on to you, they are the least buyers.
Oh, so
currently,
women, yeah.
Ladies, the last time we did a statistics of that was in February, we realized that 65% of buyers in terms of real estate are ladies compared to men.
Why is that? Is there a shift in like purchasing power? What could be the contributing factors towards that?
One, I would say, ladies are people who want to buy as their risk is low. So they want to buy something that is fixed, a fixed asset. So one of the reasons why they are biggest buyers is because they want a fixed asset. So buying a land property or a property become easier for them than men. Men are high riskers. They can they want to do some business that is high risk, get a lot of money at once. But a lady will be always, no, I want something that is permanent there. It is fixed.
For security,
For security reason. Secondly, there is the notion that ladies' ownership of property prior was not there. They were deprived. Even when you check at successions, most ladies are not left as landowners. They are always told that you will go benefit where you get married. And that. Now they are trying to build that logic and buying their own land for just satisfaction. And they're like, I also as a lady, I need to own a property.
And but of course, there was no up until recently, women were not in law, like lawfully, they were not able to own properties legally. So I think it's about time.
Yes,
it's about time.
And I think that's one of the reasons why they are more into buying the properties for the satisfaction to say that also as a lady I can buy, and it is a good thing because equalization. We usually say that we are heading to a place that in terms when we talks about gender balance, even in property, they are also given the right to own a property and feel that they are also part of the Kenya. That is also family. Ladies are always people who want to secure their families.
Yes.
So they will want to buy a property so that they can live their families at a good place. They know even if anything happen, my family is left in a good place. They have somewhere they can call home. So they will always invest in a property where they mostly they give to their children, also for them in the future. Once we are done in hustling and bustling of this city, we always want a place we can call home in the later years. So if they buy a property, that became their matrimonial home.
Yes.
So they are secure. And also the case of 2020 of COVID, that influenced the market, the property market in a very crazy way. Because at that time, everything was at risk. People who were renting. The landlord doesn't want to know if there is COVID. To them, they would say, I want the money.
Yeah.
Some were even crazy to about they could evict during that crisis.
Yes.
So after that COVID, people shifted to they will want the praise, and mostly the ladies, because they were the most affected.
Yeah.
With the family, men sometimes they will say it's survival, but already they will not even think about themselves. They think about the family and matters. So also influence the property ownership of ladies.
That's interesting.
In terms of millennials and Gen Z,
yes,
for sure millennials carries the day.
Okay.
Because millennials also always will want also a fixed item compared to Gen Z. Gen Z have diversification in terms of investment.
Okay. What does that mean?
With that diversification, it doesn't mean they don't want properties. But them, they are buying for them for business. Most of the Gen Zs will buy apartment for renting out as B&Bs. They will look for such
quick
arrangement
money,
to get money.
Okay.
But the millennials are buying for their homes.
Right.
That's why they are the big in terms of
purchasing power.
Purchasing power.
Yeah.
And also having that in the categories. Now they are in most of the millennials are in the settling up age.
Yes.
Us as Gen Z, we are still in our
20s,
what do I want?
Yeah.
I try online. No, it's not online. I want to try this. So we are not yet in terms of buying property.
Right.
So we will consider maybe investing in some other things for money, then buy the property.
Much later.
But it doesn't mean there are no Gen Zs who are buying property.
Okay, so Gen Zs are buying property.
Yes, they are buying. And especially properties with higher precision in terms
Rates.
of they want somewhere that there is a potential of higher precision. Someone in the age of 20 to 26, they will be like, if I buy property here, maybe I will want to settle there in the next 10, 15
20,
years.
yeah.
Just right now, I want to look for opportunities in the city.
Yes.
And then, because the city currently, you can't get a property on affordability.
It's full.
It's full
or very expensive.
So people are now outside in the satellite towns.
Okay, so what? So let's paint a picture. What are these satellite towns in Kenya? Where when you talk about identifying places with the high, what have you called it? High appreciation rates. Yes. Which are some of these towns that we should be looking at?
The reason why you will hear about Joska, Kamuru.
Yes.
That one is those are satellite towns of Nairobi.
Okay.
That's where now the rand is at least affordable to all those who are buying and they want somewhere they can commute to the city.
Okay.
Checking at Roiro, Juja,
Kamakis.
Little Kamakis. In fact, now Kamakis, we should not call it a satellite town anymore.
Okay.
It is overdeveloping now. It's overdeveloping and now getting even property there is becoming a hassle. So you go to places like Ngong.
All right.
You go to places like Kitengela at the river. These places are high rising in terms of settled towns of Nairobi. Now, if you check areas like Nanyuki, you check areas like Naivasha, they are also gaining a lot of interest as places of settlement. And the reason why most of even the young people would prefer such places, when it comes to buying, their interest is. And the Gen Z interests are so different with the millennials. And millennials are looking for affordability. Places. Gen Z are looking for cozy places.
Gotcha.
They want a place that the environment is serene.
Yeah.
They want a place that they will feel good about the nature.
Yes.
And now when the integration of the smart comes in, now
they're like the Internet of Things, smart homes now.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we already going? And that was interesting because that's gonna be my next question. Are we have you identified smart homes in your real estate work? Because that's pretty much where everybody's going. We will be talking about organizing your washing machine from your phone because of the Internet of Things and this kind of continuously integrated world with the internet and artificial intelligence and potentially changes how we live. Yeah.
I think now with the age of the Gen Z, with now all these high rise of the technology, the developers are already considering those the augmented reality, the virtual reality.
Right.
It's already happening.
Even in Kenya.
Even in Kenya, especially those who are developing in the Kilimani, Lavington, Westlands. Those who are developing the apartments right now, they are developing with that
technology in mind.
That technology in mind.
Wow.
Even the new developers of residential houses are considering that. That's why you hear an architecture ask you, how do you want us to design? Do you want this integrated into the smart as a smart home?
Right.
Because that is something that integrated from the first ideation.
Right.
So that it can incorporate that. Secondly, people in terms of augmented reality and virtual reality, there are those people who buy and they are not here. But they would want to see, if I buy that house, how would it look like in the real sense? So the developers and those of us who are selling incorporate the virtual reality and augmented reality in our concept of marketing. So that I can show you, this is the bare house, but it can look like this.
Okay.
If you made to look like a home, this is how it will look like. Presenting that, give a picture, a good mind view of, I would want to live in that place looking like this. So even before you buy, you already have picturized how
you want
the
it.
house will look like.
Yeah.
That's why it is getting momentum in the Kenyan concept. Because now, unfortunately, they always start in the West countries before we get it, before it is integrated here. But I can tell you, currently, it is on the rise. Also because the diaspora people, maybe Kenyans living diaspora, and also the expatriates.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about expatriates, for example, in the UN. They are being relocated to Nairobi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before they buy, they will want to see, because they are not here in physical to see the property. They will want to see once they are even in their countries before they relocate. So when you implement that, it becomes easier for them to do a virtual tour, which is already has the virtual reality of it and the augmented reality of it. And they can picture it and they can say, that fits what I want.
Wow.
So technology is implemented, and it is one of the real estate, trend that is on the high rise.
Right, as we speak.
Let's
talk a little bit about asset financing, right? What are some of the financing options that could make this home ownership accessible? And also break down what asset financing is, because again, this conversation, I keep saying it's very technical, and I want our listeners to be able to walk out of this place at least having an idea of what exactly we are talking about.
Asset financing is how you get the funds to buy a property or to develop a property in Kenyan market. There are different types of asset financing you could choose.
Okay.
You could decide to go and look for a direct investment from the outsiders. That's why you see there are people who have got and sought for Chinese. The Chinese didn't come directly. There are people who saw that is an avenue to finance a property development. They went there, got to interact with them, presented the case of what is there. Somebody saw a potential, decided to put their money on it, and now the development are happening. Now it is also happening in other, we call them the partners, development partners in different country, in different perspective. That is one way. Secondly, there is bank, and now the financial institution in Kenya. This include the banks, the SACCOs, among others. There are the trust funds, which happens. So in this concept is where you go to the bank and tell them, I want a loan to buy a property. They will ask you, do you want a developed property or an undeveloped property? They will give you the options. Then when you decide, they tell you, go spot that property you want to buy, bring to us, we evaluate, and we will finance you. So once you are, they do the valuation and due diligence, they pay for the property for you. That is the bank, the SACCO. There comes now, they will pay you, they will buy for you on an interest. Now you will be paying them as a mortgage. Now that is the option of a mortgage or a loan. Some people may prefer it as a loan than a mortgage. They will take a loan and they will be servicing their own and now do the property development and that. The other side, they may decide it as a mortgage.
Yeah.
The other one is there are some government initiatives,
Yes.
such as the Kenya Mortgage Refinancing Company, KMRC, have also come to the market to help people own houses and own their homes. And I would say if there is someone out there who is looking for towards buying a home, KMRC currently is the best asset financing option you will have, because if you check at the rate is on a 9.5% on a reducing balance, and they give you a period of up to 25 years to service that property. So I think that will be the best in terms of interest in the Kenyan market, because if you go to the bank, it's between 14 to 16. So if you are given a 9.5% on a reducible balance, that's a good deal. Because the government is trying to push the idea of people to own assets, with the current rapid population increase, to decongest the city. The government now brought that initiative to bring the KMRC to give loans on an affordable rate. So if someone is looking for a financing option, KMRC currently is the best. But there is also the Developer Corporation of Kenya also is doing it's a government initiative to help people own. The other option is the affordable housing that is currently being done.
That one, well, we have many things to talk about that, and the housing levy as well. We don't understand what's going on with that conversation.
I would say the affordable housing is a very good concept, very good concept. Only that the implementation of it is a bit shaky and a bit wanting to understand it. Because you cannot tell me, I usually contribute a housing levy, but I have no liberty of owning that property directly.
Yeah. So what's that about?
Same question applies to people who are being taxed.
Yeah.
But they own their homes. So what is their beneficial? Yes, we would say we are contributing to the housing agenda of the country. But what the beneficial to the person who is contributing? Because, like we usually contribute for, I usually say I contribute for an SSF. At least at one point, I would get access to it. I usually contribute for the SHA. He's currently the SHA and SHIF. At least I would say I will go to the hospital and get the medication, even if I'm hearing this, it is not yet fully working. I wouldn't say it is not working, but it is not yet there. But for housing levy, it is not benefit to me as an individual contributing. But it is a good concept if well implemented to help in the market, to help in the housing problem. Because the reason why I say it is not it still have some wanting question is because you cannot tell Kenyans to contribute, but the price of selling that property, it's the same way as a private developer.
So
What
it's
is,
like,
wh-
what
what
are
is
we
the
doing?
catch?
Yeah, and
What is the catch?
while you are at that, there are some of these trends that have been going on in the real estate development, like rent to own. That's something that people are really, really talking about right now. The mortgages as well, that thing that you're talking about there. So is this a smart move, especially the rent to own thing? Like, is it you can break it down both from a developer point of view and also a person who wants to rent to own? Like, at the long run, would this have been you're biting yourself up? Is it a rip off? What would you advise somebody, like, if they want to own a property? Do they first rent and own, or just get into the home ownership before you rent and own? Yeah.
I would say yes. It is a great move to help those, especially the middle category of Kenyans,
the middle class.
Yeah, the middle class who are trying to get at least the year price. So they are certified with the year income. They can. It is kind they are paying rent, but at the end of the day, after a certain period of time, the house becomes theirs. So to them, that's a good way of owning property. And in fact, if we had that option in so many people, I think it would help some Kenyans, a lot of Kenyans. I think that is one of the credit I would give to the affordable housing because they have that option. So that is a very good credit. So they already completed. I've seen the option of you can be paying as rent for a certain period of time. So that's a good ideal for them. To the developers, it depends on the financial capacity because most of the developers develop the property either on loan or on somebody who have invested on it, and they have also timelines of repaying. So it depends with how the financing they got favors in terms of giving that option. But there are some developers I've seen that are already utilizing that, and several of them are already utilizing that option on a long run because it also gives the financial power to a developer. They know they have income every month to ride on, and they can also present that to a bank to say that I have developed this property. Every month I get this amount of money. So can you finance me to do the next one so that we can maintain the cash flow? So it is also an advantage to them, especially those who have the good money for development. But for starter developers, they may not consider that option rightly because it deprives them the financial capacity and the financial for them in terms of development. But I think in the long run, that is the way to go. We need to give a platform where every person in this country has the capacity to own their property. Sometimes rent is knowing that you are paying a rent to someone and you'll never own the property. Sometimes
it's very bleak to think about.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if such option that yes, I'm paying it is rent, but at the end of 5 years that house is mine, is a good option. It may not be the best house at that point because you may not be able to start with maybe that good house. But once even at 5 years I will own the house and it be mine, I can use it maybe now to do the BNB. That's why I say the Gen Z can if I buy that property, I rent it, and now at a stage I'm like, okay, I need a bigger house, and then I can use it for business and still bring income as a BNB, which is a booming industry. So it is an option in terms also in the financing. And that's why sometimes we don't say you don't have to break the bank to own a property. Look for the best deal that suits you. And at the end of that deal, you'll be the most beneficial out of it. Even if the real estate developer, because we are also in business, they are benefiting.
Yeah.
You are also benefiting, but not at a hassle or you are struggling for it. Yeah.
Right. Now let's shift gears to mixed use development. What is mixed use development, and how is it, shaping the way we interact with lands, with real estate, all that.
With the rise of the population, especially in the urban areas, the demand of places where people can stay, can work, and also can enjoy the
Leisurely activities.
is on high demand. That is what we call a mixed-use development.
Okay.
There is both commercial and residential at the same time.
So this is where I've been seeing, like Enaki. I think Enaki is one of the places where there's a mall, and then there's, I don't know, schools and offices, but people are also able to live.
Yes, that is what also to rivers.
Also to rivers,
Yes,
right.
the two rivers concept by Centrum is also having that concept. And I think they are the biggest in terms of mixed use places.
Okay.
And which have already been gazetted by as an SEZ. And SEZ is commercial and a commercial economic hub and also a residential hub.
Okay.
So these places you find that you have offices, you have all those marketplace, you have all that as malls, commercial hubs are there.
Yeah.
But on the same area, you find that there are residential houses. At the same place, you find there are leisure activities places in the same development.
Yeah.
And I think it is becoming a big deal because currently, where people are going online.
Yes.
Technology. So you'll find I don't have to
leave the house.
Leave the house to work. But now, if I got a place where I work from, I can access the market very easily. Can access the shopping place very easily. Once I'm tired, I can get out and go have my leisure activity at the same locality.
Right.
It will be very ideal.
Okay. So are you saying that we are going to see more and more mixed use, kind of living?
Yes.
Is that where we are heading?
That is where we are heading to.
Okay.
And it will continue to be on the rise because it is what is ideal currently with the technology, with the happening of the country, and also the change in terms of preference of working area.
Yes.
People are also trying to avoid having to commute from one place to a very far place for to stay. So if they found a place that they can do all that on an affordable price on that, the best ideal place to stay.
So it's sustainable.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
It's very sustainable
and lucrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think even the developers have already seen that opportunity. That's why they are trying to go to that side of developing places of mixed use. If you checked also in the statistic, you realize the office space currently they are going down. The demand of office space is going down because of the rise of technology and working the hybrid system of working. So people also in the concept of wanting to reduce the cost of running businesses, the cost of logistics in terms of business, they are preferring if you can work from where you are, deliver what you want to do. So that's all. So to reduce the office space, develop such areas where all this can happen at the same times, and someone will take that easier compared to they commute to office space in Upper Hill, get back to their places. And I think since we are the hybrid system and the online system of working is getting momentum in the Kenyan concept, that's why the developers also will not stop will not back down on the mixed use development.
Right.
Yeah.
And also Enaki, my God, I went to Enaki to just look at what my life could be, and I got out of there so blown away. They are implementing this concept of resort living, where you feel like you're living in a hotel room.
Sure.
And just, it was beautiful. it was really, really amazing. So that's something very, very interesting for me to also pick up, even as a wannabe developer sometimes in the future. But let's talk a little bit now about Epic and some of your services. And also, what are some of the services that you provide? And while at that, the ethical considerations, because again, we did start the conversation with this, has been a lot of scamming going on. So what are some of these integrity and ethical principles that you serve Kenyans within?
At Epic Prime,
Yeah.
the biggest currency we are doing is selling land property.
Okay.
Undeveloped, that is the biggest market currency we are trying to serve. We have projects in 3 places currently.
Okay.
The biggest being in around the Ngong Suswa Road. If you know the
Ngong
currently constructed Ngong Suswa Road.
Ngong Suswa Road, where
Yes.
is that? So is it past Ngong?
Yeah, Ngong. Yeah, there is where you take towards Kimuka.
Okay.
Then there is a road that was constructed that will decongest the Maimahiu Road.
Oh,
all those
okay.
people who are going to Narok West, they are trying to be decongested to use the Maimahiu Road, but now use the Ngong Suswa Road. I think
Okay.
it is only they are 95% done.
Okay.
I think the last 3 kilometer stretch is
Okay.
what they are finalizing on that road.
Okay.
So that's where I saw
that's
the
Ngong
opportunity.
Suswa?
Yeah, Ngong Suswa Road. I
Where's
saw the
other
opportunity.
one? The other two?
The next one was in Katani.
Katani.
Yes, we
Where
have a
is
residential on the Mombasa Road.
Okay.
Syokimau.
Okay.
You get Syokimau, there is a Katani Road, and now you can you on your right side, on your left side, you head to Katani. There is a property there, quarter acres, going there for 6.5 million.
Okay.
Then there is Kikuyu Kamango.
Tumefikiwa. I was waiting for you to mention something in Kiambu County.
Yes, there is Kikuyu Kamango.
Okay.
It is a 50 by 100 for 2.2 million.
That's good.
But now with the Ngong Suswa Road project, I call it Tranquil Garden because it is in a very immaculate place. You know,
Okay.
you see people who love the nature.
Yes.
I think I am a lover of nature and
Yeah, me
always
too.
advocate to places that are good nature. And with the place potential of appreciation in that area,
Yeah.
I saw it's a good niche and also affordability.
Okay.
Tell me where you will get a quarter acre
Yeah.
of 200,000.
And you can access Nairobi
Very fast.
very quickly.
Very
Are there
fast.
roads? Because we're gonna also ask you about the impact
social
that
amenities.
infrastructure. Yes.
The social amenities. There are social amenities
considerations, yeah.
from electricity, from the community water, from the roads. The road, as you have had the Ngong Suswa Road, is almost done.
Okay.
The accessibility roads are also in the process. And also, there is a GDC project, that is the Geothermal Development Corporation is doing a project not far from where we are doing the selling of the property. So you can be sure with that project, it will lead to the place being a high value.
Right.
That's why I usually tell the people I'm selling to that this is the next gem. You
Yeah.
see how the Kagundo Road started, and right now getting property in Kagundo is
almost
hassle.
close to none.
Yeah, it's
and
a hassle.
when it was starting out, nobody looked that way.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
selling at 130,000.
Throwaway price.
You would think it was a throwaway price at that time, but now those who bought at those days
They are
the one
laughing.
Yeah, they are enjoying.
Yes.
They are saying that now it's our time. So the Ngong Suswa Road is the next place.
Okay.
We are done with Mombasa Road. We are done with Kangundo Road. We are done with the
Syokimau's,
Thika Road.
yeah.
We are done with the Wanyoike Way. The next big road that is coming is Ngong Suswa.
Okay.
So take advantage and own yourself a quarter there at only 200,000 Kenya shillings.
Wow.
Very affordable.
Yeah.
And
Munasikia?
what you just need is to book a site visit with us. by calling our phone number on 0719455415.
Okay.
We take people on site visit on Wednesday and Saturdays.
Okay.
So that before you purchase, you see the price. Now that's where we say the due diligence part. You first see the price. You request us the documentation of the land. We will provide it to you. You do your due diligence. Then you can do your commitment.
Okay.
Once you are done,
Yeah.
we transfer the title deed to your name, and you become the legal owner of the place.
So we will say the number or we can put it in the description box so
Yes.
that people can
you
reach you.
can reach out to our office. Somebody will serve you, and we'll take you for the site visit of that place. We also don't hold ourselves to the current property you have. There is something we call the process of buying land, and people have different taste and preference. So even if you are looking for a property elsewhere where we don't own, we do something we call land sourcing.
Okay.
You come to us, you give us that, I want a place that look like this, this, and this.
Yeah.
We tell you, we give you option with this area, sort you out. Once you give us the leeway, we go look for that property for you. We present to you. We help you do the due diligence, and then once you are satisfied, we can negotiate the deal for you. That is why real estate agent is very important, and choosing a person who can negotiate you a good deal, because we understand more on the market concept compared to the rest of maybe you going alone. Because like you said, like yourself said, you are green in that area. So I will be ideal to guide to tell you, for what you are looking for, this place would be ideal for you because of reason A, B, and C. Once you are satisfied, you can purchase, you can pay for the property, and we follow for you to ensure that you get the documentation in terms of title transfer and that. Same to houses and apartment, because now we have not got yet to develop our own. But when someone is interested, they come tell us they are looking for a house that is 4-bedroom, mansionette, bungalow. I want in these areas. Then we get to the market. We look for that property. We present to the person. They go also do a site visit, check, do their due diligence, and they are proceed. Same to apartment. So most of our work deals is land and sourcing, house and apartment. That one, if you look for us, we will sort you.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, this is incredible. Please say the number again so that how people can find you.
You can find us on 0719 455 415. Or even you can visit our website www.epicprime.co.ke. You'll find a message box. If you text that message, it will be responded immediately, and we will be happy to serve you, to know your interest, and give you what you want. We always say that we simply secure your future. At Epic Prime, that's our slogan. We simply secure your future, and make sure that while it comes in the future and people are saying it was best investing in those years, you will be part of them to say, I took the initiative and bought a property. My former boss always told us that 10 years ago was the best time to invest in land. But the other best time is now, because 10 years to come, you'll be saying, for example, those who bought in Roido Kamakis 10 years ago. They are where they are.
They are cashing in. They are cashing in good money. So what are some of the opportunities that you portend for the real estate industry, maybe the next 5-10 years? Where should we be putting our money?
The biggest potential in the next 5-10 years is on residential homes.
Okay.
With the population influx, residential homes will be on a very high rise
demand.
Everyone wants a place for their own. So if you get a place where you can the residential, you can do the residential homes, that is a big that's a big niche, a very huge niche.
Yeah.
I don't think we can satisfy the market in terms of residential prices as around. So we always invite even the investors who can come and collaborate with us.
Yeah, you're open for partnerships.
We are open to listening how we can collaborate to provide the services the Kenyans are needing. Secondly, holiday places.
Yes, my beach villa.
Yeah,
so I can
exactly.
finally get my beach villas back.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you. I told you Gen Z are always looking for cozy places. Gen Z are the next big buyers.
Soft era. You know them, they are about soft life.
Yeah, we always want a place that we feel like it is the best place for us.
Yeah.
No worries, no hassle. You know, I remember last year we were told we only want KFC and iPhones.
Yes.
And we are always proud of owning the iPhones and also going to KFC because we are not an advocate that advocate of good life is a problem.
That's right.
Enjoy the life.
Yes.
So having that the generation Z is the next buyers within the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Then the reason why I say they are the next buyers, if you check at the income potential, you know, most of the Gen Z category is the one that is finalizing the school and also getting to the work environment. Now they are starting to earn. So after they are done with the first initial stage of earning, because the first thing Gen Z wants, they want to work is a good place to live.
Yeah.
It may not be their own, but the next thing they will start thinking, well, I need to start owning asset. So they will be the big buyers, and holiday places will be their places, because even if most of them are working, they are working online.
Okay.
If you check at the statistic of online, the young generation are the big majority. The majority in that sector. So they are earning from there. Online, you can work from any place. So holiday areas are good for them because they will say we are chasing the hidden gems. So come in our hidden gems and work. I show you my day as I work in a hidden gem. Hidden gems because they are always in those holiday areas will be on a big rise. That potential was if implementation of affordable housing is done correctly, it's also a big market. That's why you think the politicians are running to, the government is doing the development, but the politicians are the one who are buying in big, because they know that is the next place they will use to get the cash flow. Boom. So if the government implemented the affordable housing in a good way, and also private developers. Even we have had a conversation of how the private developers can get into the market of affordable housing, because I believe even private developers can be able to provide a better implementation strategy compared to the government for the affordable housing. So if private investors get to the affordable housing, it's also a good niche, and a good example is the Tattoo City. Tattoo City, yeah. He's a Canadian. That guy is a Canadian. Yeah. He's a private developer.
Yeah.
And if you go to the Tattoo City, you will find it's
a whole world of its own. I went, and it's so big.
Very big.
You couldn't do all the rounds within one day. Okay, you can, but it's big. Yeah.
They have come with affordable housing concept on a mixed use and model.
Yeah.
So they are bringing the potential of someone seeing that I can own a place that is based on a good rate, because I've checked on the rate, and a private developer giving a better rate than a government development means that
should
it's
tell
affordable.
Us something.
Yeah. So if we had such several people who came to the country as direct investors and went to the affordable housing, I think it will also be a good. It's also the next 5-10 years is also a good market to check on and to put your money on there. But there is also one big thing that is coming up very fast called real estate investment fund.
Wow, what is that?
Real estate, it's a rates. It's a, you want to invest in the real estate, but you don't want to own the property directly. You just want to come to someone who are doing development, put your money and always get your cash back once the property is sold or appreciated or in terms of rentals. So there is this model where real estate fund have been introduced. It is also a Western thing, but now it is gaining momentum in the country. This is where an established company puts up a fund where you come with your share, you buy your share, you buy your share. Then the money goes to develop a commercial property or residential properties. Once they are sold, the profit is shared to the people who invested in that fund as per your share. And as per the appreciation rate that was realized. Also, some may not sell, but they may rent out. So every month you'll be receiving some amount of money from the fund that have been corrected as rental income. So you have invested in the real estate market, but you don't own the property directly. Someone is developing yourself. You are just getting an income from it. And this is US concept because some people are tired of maybe buying the houses. They don't want the houses anymore. They don't want the land. They have chunks of land. But they want to invest in the market. That's where the concept came. Yes, you are investing in the real estate market, but you don't own the property directly. And I think if that model is well implemented in the country, can also be the biggest game changer. Because it also, where you are talking about financing, that the developer will have an easy access of finances, and they can be able now to do several properties at the same time and bring the income to the investors and also provide property to the buyers. So it becomes easy. So the rate is a big game changer in the market. And currently in Kenya, I've only seen 3 accredited rates fund currently. But I'm sure within the next few years, several will come. Because now also to establish a fund, you also have to have 100 million in terms of to deposit with the bank, CBK, for regulation, so that the people can know they are not investing somewhere that they would lose money. So how people are trying to reduce the gap of somebody may invest and then their money goes down. So they establish those niche. But I'm sure as we go on, the fund will keep growing, the fund will keep gaining momentum, and it will be a game changer in the real estate world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well said, Mr. Kagiri Kihonge. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of our show. Naona producer ananipa ananitupia macho. Time is out, but thank you so much for that insightful conversation. Of course, I'll have to go back and watch again and again because it's just something that I'm really, really fascinated about.
Free consultation is always there.
Okay, so free Mimi nimepata package ya free consultation.
Even to the listeners who want a free consultation to understand.
Okay, you are open.
Yes.
Sawa, and we got your number, so we will link the links to his website and also his number on the description box below on this show, so that you can get in touch with him as well, and find out what exactly the options are for you to get into real estate and development as well. So thank you so much for the privilege of your time, and we hope to see you again as we talk about what is going on in Suswa and Kikuyu and all the places, Yeah, karibu. Thank you so much for making time to be with us this morning. Guys, that is the end of our show. Thank you so much to everybody who was able to tune in. Mr. Francis, asante sana for tuning in and showing support to your son as well. And we will do this again on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, let me tell you what we shall be talking about. I will be hosting Emma Oginga and Ibrahim Oduor from the Media Lawyers Association of Kenya, and we shall be assessing media law. A lot has been happening in terms of, censorship of media and all these things happening in our current time. So we shall be assessing what that looks like and how can we ensure that we are assessing the gains as well as the gaps within the media law space as well. But for me, for now, it's a goodbye. Miss Caroline Murote comes in at 11 with She Versations as well. Then catch Mr. James Wanjeri later on with Sharia Day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. But for me, it's a goodbye. See you on Wednesday, same time, same place. God bless.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Nani cheesy kama yeah. I've been faded, I've been naked, in different places, many faces, X-rated, yeah. I've been patient, I've been waiting. No other one that's come around can do the things you do. Who keep come around, we smoke a lot, Canadian pot, cheese and bomb. Catch a wine, dance along, bounce along, baby, bounce along. Wine and dine, made your mind, it's a clear sign that no other one that's come around can do the things you do. Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come on, yeah. Yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah.
I've been faded, serenaded, celebrated. Ooh, very patient. See, I'm not so complicated. Ooh, kakoma on my mind. Your toes are juicy, align. Moyo kapiga sign, kisha uka underline. Only free because you let me be. That's the love I want for me. Long time was so baridi. Can't deny the chemistry. Ukakwama on my mind. Tuka alive. Tuka bigger sign.
Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Come on, yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.